So in this video, I'm going to go over some word problems that involve factoring. So this first one says that the area of a rectangle is 2x squared minus 5x plus 3. Find an expression for the length and an expression for the width of the rectangle. Okay, so this problem doesn't really give us that much information. It just tells us the area. And what we know is that the area is equal to length times width. In other words, I can kind of think of that as two parentheses. So I'm told that my area is 2x squared minus 5x plus 3. But I want it to look like this, as two parentheses multiplied. And so the way to get there is what we've been doing all this chapter, and that's going to be by factoring. So my first step, I'm going to do 2 times 3, my a times c, and I get 6. And so I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to 6, but then add to my middle number, which is negative 5. So for 6, my only numbers that multiply to 6 are 1 and 6 and 2 and 3. It multiplies to a positive 6, but adds to a negative 5. So that means that all of these have to be negative. And so the only ones that add up to negative 5 is going to be negative 2 and negative 3. And so I'm going to take those two numbers and I'm going to split my middle term. So now instead of having negative 5x, I'm going to have negative 2x minus 3x. And then bring down my first and last term. And then now from here, I'm going to factor by grouping. So I'm going to pair them off. My GCF in this first one is 2x. My GCF in this next one is going to be a negative 3. And the reason why it's negative is because I don't like my first term being negative. So I need to take out a negative number. And so when I take out that GCF, I have 2x. And then 2x squared divided by 2x is just x. Negative 2x divided by 2x is minus 1. I'm going to take out my GCF, negative 3. And then when I divide that out, I also get x minus 1. And so then I get the answer of 2x minus 3, x minus 1. And so that's my length and my width. It doesn't matter which one you label which, but you can go ahead and just say your length is 2x minus 3. Your width is x minus 1. So if you get to a word problem and it asks you to find the length and the width and only gives you the area, all you're going to have to do is factor. Now this next one's a little bit different. So this one says that the area of a rectangle is represented by the expression 2x to the fourth minus 12x cubed plus 22x squared. If the length of the rectangle is 2x squared, what is an expression for the width of the rectangle? So now this time, I'm given two pieces of information. I'm told that the area is this whole thing, but then I'm also told that the length is 2x squared. So in the previous problem, all I was given the area. This time I'm given the area and the length. And I'm asked to find the width. So again, remember area, that's just equal to length times width. Well, I know my area is 2x to the fourth minus 12x cubed plus 22x squared. I'm told that my length is 2x squared, so I'm going to go ahead and substitute that L for 2x squared. But I don't know my width, so I'm just leaving that W. But I want to solve for this W. So to solve for this W, I need to get rid of this 2x squared. Since these are being multiplied together, to get rid of it, I'm just going to divide both sides by 2x squared. However, if you remember from our previous chapter, when I'm dividing this polynomial by this, what I'm really meaning to do is that I am dividing every single term by 2x squared. So those cancel out. When I do 2x to the fourth divided by 2x squared, I get x squared. 12x cubed divided by 2x squared is 6x. And then 22x squared divided by 2x squared, careful here, it's just 11. There isn't any more x's because x squared divided by x squared, same thing on top and bottom, cancel each other out. And that is going to be my width. So if you are given two pieces of information, the area and either the length or the width, all you're going to do is just divide the area by that length or width, just like what we did here. If all you're given is the area and they're asking you to find the length and the width, you're going to need to factor it.